Don't ask me why, but boat jobs are always in curious positions and at awkward places. So the stove is nice, hot and toasty. We have some tea and I am here, which is good because we can do a new vlogging episode. As you can see, still a little bit cold here, but I guess we will get there. So just in case you are new to this channel and you're seeing me for the first time, we are a family of 3 and we aim to set sail in about 1300 days for a trip to we do not know yet where. Difficult sentence. We don't know yet where we're going. But we're going by sailboat, and these vlogs are to take you along. If you would ever have sameish ideas, if you would like to wander out in the world as well but don't know how to do it, just follow us because we don't know either, but we're going to give it a try. And this episode is about the boat. So this episode is about Wind Rose, and I would like to show you what kind of boat it is and show you around. Nice, hot and toasty inside, raining on the outside as we're in the Netherlands. So I pre-recorded some stuff and I would like to take you along. So let's start on the outside. There we go. So Wind Rose is a 36 feet aluminum yacht. It's a yacht designed by Koopmans and also built by Koopmans Casco's. They're not family or related, but they do work together. It's a S-bilge with a lifting keel, as I said, and it makes for a very shallow draft, which I think is brilliant. Also, if you look at the rudder and the lacking of pokey bits on the other at the bottom side, makes me feel very comfortable when I go at a place which is not that deep. So this is 1.5 meters at Durgedam, and I easily go in there without any problems. A seaworthy vessel designed by a renowned designer and also built by a well-known builder. Go anywhere boat because you can reduce the draft, which I think is amazing, and overall just perfectly for us. Not too big, not too small. Let me take you up to the deck and show you some details there. So a very clean setup. We're looking at the push bit, if I'm not mistaken. You see the forestay with the furler roller on it. You see the step where you can get on the boat, and below that is the nav light. The bowsprit is really sturdy, which I like a lot, and also because the anchor and the anchor chain goes through it. The anchor is a Bruce anchor and it is made in Belgium, which is just a little bit below the Netherlands, our Belgian friends. What I like most about this boat is already starting in the beginning. It is a very clean boat. So what you see here, for instance, is that there is no anchor chain box. There's no lid. There's nothing that can open, there's nothing that can break, there's nothing that can fall out. It's just a clean deck. And I like that a lot. But the simplicity is also in other parts. Let me take you along. So this is the anchor chain winch and it's manual. And I think that's a good thing because it saves energy and it creates muscles because there is 40 meters of chain in that locker. So So that chimney actually goes to that nice hot and toasty heater, which I think is very nice, especially right now as it is raining outside again. Let's have a look at the spray hood and how that is connected. So instead of having a full soft top spray hood, this is actually half hard and half soft. You see it also on Halberg Rusties, and I really like it because it gives you some sturdiness, but it's also a really nice wind catcher. More on it when we go to the cockpit area, but first let's look a little bit more at the deck area. 3 port lights on either side, and as you can see, very clean gunnels as well. Water can go through these pipes, or it can go through quite big outlets in the tow rail, and the tow rail is folded over. So following the furler line, I think it shows nicely the curvature of the deck, the cleanness of the deck, and also the simplicity of the furler line. It's nicely connected at a straight angle to the furler, or the roller, however you call it, so that it doesn't get jammed. And looking at the rig, you can kind of see that it is a Bermuda, difficult word, Bermuda rig, and it actually takes us to the back of the boat, where we are now in the cockpit area. So to me, it's the little details like the tow rail that they closed that make this ship very comfortable. If you're under sail and you slip, and I already did that once, you don't open or cut your feet straight off on bolts or nuts that are on the bottom of that tow rail. It's just a clean, nice thing. It's easy to keep the boat clean, and it just also looks really nice, I think. Curvature of the deck is another thing. If you stay on the right side, it's actually perfect, and you're almost standing straight up when she's under sail. So really well thought of, and very comfortable when under sail. But let's take you along and let's go to the cockpit. So Wind Rose is one of the few designs where they actually put in a steering pedestal and steering wheel instead of a helm, and I think that is a good decision because it creates a lot of space in the cockpit. Also the little places where you can store your lines or where you can put your phone in the Dodger are quite nice and very helpful, if you would ask me. Keeps the boat nice and clean during sailing, which I think is important, especially on long stretches, that you don't get tied up in it. But let me take you along on where you can put your stuff that you also need, your fenders, your lines, your gas bottles and everything. So let me show you. So starting at the transom on the port side, we have the place where we can store our gas bottles and a big lock to lock the boat. On the starboard side, there's the gas throttle, some lines and some gasoline. And then looking forward on the starboard side, there is the deepest locker where you can put in your fenders, your life sling and some other stuff. And on the opposite side, there's the place where you can put the lines. Hey, that was about the outside of the boat. Let's go to the inside and show you a little bit in where I'm sitting right now. So let's start on the port side with the port quarter berth. Difficult word for a Dutchman. On top of it, you can store the cups and plates, and below that there is a very comfy bed for our son mostly. It has a light in the port light in the hull, so you can actually see outside. It has a simple light, and it also has a place where you can store your phone and some stuff. There is another light to the cockpit, so all in all, a very nice place to have a decent sleep. I'm 2 meters, and my son probably will be longer. But that bed that you just saw is actually perfect because it's 2 meters, and if you kind of huggle in, you can make it 210. So that will be perfect for him, especially if you don't put any stuff in it, as you see in it now. But trust me, it's big enough. And let me take you to the kitchen area. So outside it's raining cats and dogs, but inside it's nice and warm. Here you see the stove, and with the lid off it looks like this. Obviously it's gimbaled, so it actually moves when you're sailing, which is good. And in the kitchen there are also a lot of places where you can store your food, tea, coffee, stuff, prullenbak as we say in Dutch. Also behind the stove there are places where you can put stuff. We didn't really tidy it up yet, but for now it is functional, and that's good. There's a fridge with alcohol-free beer in it, and on the other end there is the sink, and actually the sink is connected to a foot pump to pump water up, and it's also the place where the lifting keel is operated. So here you see the whole apparatus to get the lifting keel up and down, and the pump for the water, all manual, and thus less prone to failure. The kitchen area itself is big enough, I'm pretty sure about that. The storage area in the kitchen might be a little bit bigger, but I think by changing the lockers and the drawers a little bit, we will be able to get there. The last part of the video, you saw the water, but also the lifting keel mechanism. And both of them are manually operated, so there's no electronics in there. And I actually like that a lot. It's simple but effective. So if it breaks, it's pretty obvious where it breaks and what breaks. And it can also not consume any energy from your batteries, which I think is a plus point as well. So more of that also in the wet cell, not a cell as we call it in Dutch. Not sure if we call it wet cell, but it's basically the toilet area. Let me show you. So it's actually called the head and not the wet cell. Anyway, in it is a sink and a toilet, manually operated, as most of these toilets are. And in front of the head is the nav station, and then to the port side is the kitchen area. So the nice thing about this nav station is that if I sit on the bench, I don't hit my head to the ceiling, which is good. And also it comes with LED lighting throughout the boat, but I will show you more on that later. But now let's move on to the place where I'm sitting right now, which is the living area. All in all, a very spacious place. We can easily sit with the three of us, read a book, do a game or something like that. And it's plenty of space for all of us. And if you need some privacy, you just go to the nav station. Joking. This is again seen from the starboard side. Two beautiful places to sit. And one thing that I like really, I think we all like a lot, is our magic stove. It is a bit of a thing to get it running, but once it is running, it is really, really nice. It becomes quite warm, and the way they installed it here, I also like, with the tiles, with the little ships on it. Maybe it's a matter of taste. I'm pretty sure it's a matter of taste, but yeah, I can appreciate it. I actually like this setup a lot. I like the colors. I like the way they did it. I like the fabric on the pillows, on the wood colors. I just like the whole lot. So it felt to me like coming home, which is really nice. And the stove that you just saw, our little friend here in the corner, really is a lifesaver because it makes the boat feel really nice and warm. And that's especially nice if after a long day of sailing, playing some cards and having some really good time with your family or friends, you want to go to bed. So let me show you the master bedroom. Here it is a bit the same again. It's simple but very effective. The bed is actually very nice because it has a toppertje, I think we call it in Dutch. It's an additional layer on top of the mattress. Yeah, maybe that's high over the boat. Let me take you to some details just to get a feeling of the boat. So when under sail, you need to make sure the oil lamp doesn't swing. When on the toilet, you need to make sure you're alone. When hiding the cups, you don't want it to come rambling down, and the same goes for the toilet paper. And then obviously there are the storage areas behind the cushions or below the cushions. And here again, it is one of those examples. There is a foot pump on the other end, and there is the pump on this side. Just push it and you'll get water. Last thing I would like to say about it is the level of detail and the level of attention that they put into finishing the interior. Let me show you some more nice examples of that. All in all, I would say a very well thought of boat. And the only thing we need to do is get out there and go sailing with her to experience and get more skilled in the craft of sailing itself. And that's obviously what we do out there. Another vlog is finished. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the setup. If you have any comments, please put them down so I can learn from it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you like it so much, or if you're interested in following us and see whether or not we're going to make it and set sail in about 1300 days, hit subscribe and you'll find out. Or not, but then I stopped. So no, I don't think that's gonna happen. But you never know. Next vlog is about small upgrades that we did make. So we did do some small changes to the boat when we bought her. And the next video is about those changes. And it involves drilling holes in the boat. Oh no! First time that we had to do that. Always painful. Next vlog is about 2-3 weeks. I don't know. I'm not in a hurry. And yeah, let's just see how we go. And hope to see you there. So, groetjes. Doei! Oh man, this is difficult. It's like virtually impossible, but it's still happening. Oeh, I'm gonna stop.